High on a hill in an enchanted garden, protected by tall wall and magic, flew fountain of fair fortune. Once in a year, on the longest day from the hours between dawn to dusk, single unfortunate was given the chance to bathe in the fountain and receive fair fortune forever. On an appointed day, thousands of people across kingdom traveled to reach outside the garden wall with the single hope to bathe in the fountain. With the same hope, three different women, Asha, Althida, Amata, they met on the outskirts of the crowd and shared their burden of woes. Asha, who had a disease no healer could cure. Althida was robbed of her money and home after her father's demise. Third, Amata was deserted by a man she loved dearly. So, they decided that if the chance befall any of them, they will unite and try to reach the fountain together. The first ray of sun, a chink in the garden wall opened, and creepers from the garden beyond snaked through the crowd and twisted around Asha's hand. Asha grabbed Althida, who in turn grabbed Amata. But Amata's robe was caught upon the armor of a miserable looking knight standing next, and all four of them were dragged inside in the garden wall. Furious scream from the crowd, disappointed crowd, rose and then fell silent as the garden wall sealed itself. Asha, Althida went furious with the presence of a needless companion in the form of Knight, who, fearing the wrath of three women, instantly declared his intention to adjourn the journey. Amata became angry. Faint heart, draw your sword and help us reach our goal, Knight. Hence, the three women and one forlorn knight ventured forth into the garden. They met no obstacle till they reached the foot of the hill. Wrapped around the base lying a monstrous snake, who turned his foul face towards them and talked. Pay me the proof of your pain. They couldn't understand. The knight drew sword, attacked, but the blade snapped. They hurled stone at the snake, but none could solve the riddle. Pay me the proof of your pain. Weak Asha, suffering from the disease, fell on the ground senseless, and her diseased, wrinkled skin touched that of the snake, and the snake slithered aside and announced, "You may pass." Rejoicing at the removal of the first barrier, they started climbing the hill. Halfway up the steep slope, they reached their second obstacle. Written on the ground before them, "Pay me the fruit of your labor." The knight offered one gold coin, his life saving, but it rode away and got lost. They continued climbing but couldn't advance at all. They got getting tired. Althida, who was walking faster and harder than the rest, but summit was no more nearer, she cried, "Courage, friends, do not yield," and wiped her brow, the sweat, and the drop fell glistening on the floor like a pearl, and the writing vanished. They could again move further. They reached the hilltop and glimpsed the most beautiful fountain they have ever seen, but it was surrounded by a deep canal, stream of water. The knight, who could swim, jumped and started sinking. The woman pulled him up. A writing emerged in the water. "Pay me the treasure of your past." They pondered as the sun sinking lower in the sky, but couldn't get out the meaning. Pay me the treasure of your past. At that time, Amata got lost in the thought of a long lost love, and one teardrop fell on the water. Something magical happened. The writing vanished and stone step emerged from the bottom. They crossed and shimmered before them fountain of fair fortune, set amidst rarest of herbs and most beautiful flower with enticing fragrance. The sky burned Ruby as it's time to decide who is going to bathe. But before they could do so, Asha, already tired due to day-long journey, fell on the ground again senseless. Altida, who had prior knowledge of herbology and medicine, started picking some flowers and herbs and squeezed it into Asha's mouth. At once, Asha came back to her senses. And what more, all her symptoms of dread malady gone. She cried with joy, "I am cured. I don't need to bathe in the fountain anymore." Altida, hearing this, started picking more herbs and told, "If I can cure this disease, I can earn gold plenty. I don't need further fortune." "Amata, I am feeling lively again. All my grief has been taken away with my tear. I don't need anything else." So they decided it's the knight who is going to bathe. Astonished to find himself as the chosen one, the knight approached, bathed in the fountain. The crimson sun dived in the horizon as a glorious, triumphant, a confident knight emerged from the fountain and raised aside his rusted armor at the feet of Amata, whom he found as the most beautiful and kindest one he ever beheld, and begged for her hand and heart. Amata realized she has finally found her knight in shining armor. All the four jovial people, jubilant, set off down the track and lived a long happy life. But none knew that the fountain didn't carry any enchantment at all. It is the journey that mattered, not the destination.